On this Thursday, the 4th day of March, as time marches forward, I sit underneath an amazing blue sky here in North Carolina, called the North Carolina blue sky, where there's literally not a cloud out. And it offers me amazing hope and blessing. And it also reminds me that I don't serve a static God. In the UCC, we talk about commas and that we should never place a period where God has placed a comma because God is still speaking. And each day we wake up anew, I invite us to understand it as an opportunity for life, as an opportunity to seek healing and whatever brokenness is out there, and actually to celebrate that brokenness. We are in a worship series called Holy Vessels, a Lenten series of recovery where truly we are celebrating brokenness as we take the metaphor of sea glass or beach glass and look at the gem, G-E-M, that it is becoming in its very own brokenness. And I don't know about where you've been this week, but I am noticing the daffodils and the crocus. Some of them are about this high, and yesterday on my bike ride I saw some that were literally 4 to 6 inches out of the ground, which means that they have to break through the crust of the earth to get there. And so within our brokenness, we know healing. We know new life comes from that. And that is the season in which we are finding meditation, reflection, and introspection, understanding what within our own selves that breaking open is offering us new life and healing. If you haven't had a chance to watch our worship service that was recorded for February the 28th, I invite you to do so. I'm still wrestling with Brene Brown as she talked about a binary. And if we're not healing, we're hurting. And if we're not hurting, we're healing. And there's no neutrality in that, which really brings up for me the parable that Jesus talks about, that you can't sit on a fence. You can't be lukewarm, for I will spew you out. And I think that's exactly right. And at the same time, we've been taught to live in also a both-and world, that we're a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And for this part of healing versus hurt, life versus death, I think you can be only one or the other. And I invite you to continue to ponder that, to live into that, and to know for you, within your own brokenness, where is there healing and life truly emerging. And the exciting part that I get to tell you this week, if you saw a little bit if you watched the February 28th worship video, is that we have a lot of opportunities for healing that will begin here on the 21st of March. We try to give you 2 or 3 weeks notice so that you can plan your days and weeks and moments appropriately. In this season of healing, Kathy Waldrop, who works for Crossnor Schools, who's an amazing caregiver there and teacher and trainer and facilitator, has excitedly actually said yes to offering a support group for those of you and us and we who are caregivers. That is a challenging role to take on, specifically when it's unpaid, specifically when it's with your family members or someone who is a close friend. There is ambiguous loss there. There is a rending of your spirit and the soul as you watch someone that you love begin to ebb and flow away. And so caregiving is one of those roles that we are called to, and you need support in that. So beginning on March the 21st, Kathy Waldrop has agreed to facilitate that group, offering support, wisdom, discernment, and care for one another. Also, on March the 21st, Renee Bowman is going to offer a facilitated conversation around racialized trauma and healing through that and within that, specific to Resma Medican's book, My Grandmother's Hands, where he has done amazing study on racialized trauma. And for those of us that have white skin, we have a lot of it in our past. Just look at our European history and how many wars and revolts and crusades we have literally within the DNA of ourselves. So Renee has found purchase in that book, and she wants a group to talk through that with and to understand healing through our own conversations of naming those stories within our own past that are literally living within the cells and the DNA of our systems. And then on Tuesday nights, Terry Clevenger is really working on an understanding of gratitude and gratefulness. She has taken hold of Diana Butler Bass's work on gratefulness and has found a 6-session series where literally Diana Butler Bass is offering a 10 to 15 minute video of her own self, offering her research, offering her understanding of gratefulness. And so watch for that beginning in March as well. Gratefulness by Terry Clevenger. And all of this is to say that as we are church and community together, we seek to be a healing presence here in the high country of Western North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, or wherever you find yourself. And sometimes for those of us doing this work, it's not always about study or caregiving, but it's literally about getting our hands dirty. And March is a month for us to collect diapers. We're here within the high country, young families who are trying to put meals on the table, trying to reduce their own stress as they raise their young'uns. Well, diapers are an expensive item within the weekly budget. And so this month of March, we are going to collect diapers to offer our young families just a little bit of a step up so that that money, instead of going to diapers this month, can go to their grocery bill or whatever they might need. So know that we're going to be collecting them here on our portico. There'll be a box out front that you can bring your diapers and plop them into that. Lee Marshall will collect those and then take them to the Children's Council. Even in a pandemic where we are beginning to emerge as vaccines are offered, and we're beginning to notice and plan for when our doors are going to be opened and we're going to meet in person, know that we are still doing work here. We are offering opportunities for healing. We are offering ways for you to engage. May you know healing this week.